my biggest like question right now, or the transition I'm going through, is about what where I'm going to live. Like what does home even mean, and what does community look like? So if you know me, you know that I move around a lot. Like, yeah, every year, every couple years, I move, and I've been thinking, I just need to find the right place, or be ready to kind of settle down, and that also, like, that's it'll be where I find the community that I belong to and all that. And that may be true, but I'm also realizing that I'm not going to feel that way until I, one, kind of know what it's like to feel at home inside, and two, that I'm here to create community rather than find one to belong to. Um, and another question I have is whether that community might actually be be the whole world. Like, I keep thinking of the last line of the Jungle Book, where he talks about, because he didn't belong to any one family, he could save the forest. It's like that thing of being, because you're not, um, you don't feel like you belong. It actually shows that you belong to everyone. And for me, it's like I won't ever feel like I belong until until we live in a world where everyone feels like they belong. And so that's the world I'm here to create. Um, and so yeah, but like in the meantime, I'm not sure what that looks like. And so that's been my inquiry, and what life is calling me towards step by step. Like, um, what is my role in creating that world, and how do I do it? So I'm just following guidance. And um, in my so in the story that I've written, it's um, the 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 queen, she leaves her home, and she begins to with this magical tree, and she sleeps under the tree, and does her work where she is. So it's like she and that's, kind of what I feel like I've been doing. I've almost wondered lately if maybe I'm not meant to actually have a physical home, because I find I always travel, and that it's not just for fun. It's like I'm traveling to places because I'm called to different places. And I kept thinking that was temporary and there would be like a home base, but I'm like, maybe that's just going to be my life. Like, I just go where I'm called. And there's no home base, because again, the home for me has to be big enough to include the world. And um but I don't know. I mean, I still like the idea of having like a space of my own, just like I still like the idea of being like with one life partner, and maybe even having a family. Um, but I don't know if that's actually limiting, and if those are kind of programmed ideas that I'm carrying. So these are the questions that I have, that I'm having a conversation with life about right now, and letting life guide me, and letting my creativity guide me. So um, like in this story, what happens is she she actually leaves her home of origin, and begins to be at home with this traveling tree. And then eventually at the end, she does kind of return to her origins, but the place that she started from has completely transformed into the world that she envisioned. So yeah, maybe that's the answer right there. Um, so yeah, so it's just, for me, it's just been this really rich like going from feeling really overwhelmed and kind of down about the fact that I'm still feeling that part of me that feels like indebted to my parents and like not free and just seems like an old pattern, and then also, letting life show me the ways I have, that I am changing and evolving. I'm looking about the scarab. Um, yeah, I just want to read a little about the scarab. It says, I am the scarab, source and shaper of my own destiny. Every day, the sun crossing the sky is a miraculous rebirth. Every day is a chance to make life good. So, what will you do with your miracles today? Will you recognize them, great and small alike? And can you put aside wearying repasts and feasts to feed on the most primal and vibrant? Never give up. Persevere to victory. Self generate. Initiate, bless, appreciate, and accept yourself. So it's like this thing where this queen, she cries tears under the moon, and then it becomes this tree. And it's like, instead of escaping the feelings or trying to change the situation outside so that you change how you feel inside, to be with your feelings, to honor them and to express them, and then to let something new be created from that. um, and then it actually says, oh, and also the part of, like, even when things don't look like they're happening on the outside, like I was like, I've been working on these two situations, like foreign with my parents, for years, and I feel like I can't feel like accomplished or like I'm free until they're done. But it's like, you know what? How about some credit for the fact that I've been, all the intricacies of that situation I've been handling, and just some credit for, like, you know, yeah, there's a part that's coming from this place of feeling um like I have to do this to be loved, or some childhood wounds or whatever, but there's also part of it that's really just from compassion and support, and wanting to co-create this abundance for a lot of people, not even just my family. There's a lot of different parties involved in these transactions. So yeah, just like I feel like crying right now. Just like, it's okay that it hasn't been like this big clear win. Like, it's like a step by step process, and like all of life, and to honor the victory of like every day, and just that, to persevere. Like, I'm still here, and I still have this, I'm doing a lot of things right now, and I still have this great relationship with my parents, and we're all healthy, and I'm learning from them, and I'm sharing it, so yeah. And then it's funny because this is how specific some of the messages can get. I'm reading just about a scarab beetle from looking at a dung beetle on this bench that I didn't even know what it was, but a tarot card led me to it. Um, it says, so it's like the first thing I see on the internet. The influences that surround you right now are probably an ongoing, unresolved family situation that requires your participation, even though you're kind of in the periphery. So it says, remove yourself from the drama and be a harbor of sanity in the midst of insanity. And this is like so precisely what it's been like. It's like, because it's not really like my properties and my money. I'm on the periphery, but I'm very central to what's happening. And it's like I've been trying to play this role of like not being sucked into the material like workings of it all, and the stress of it, and the money that's involved, while at the same time like dealing with it. And I do feel like I've been kind of like holding it down for the parties involved in the transaction and my family, and again, yeah, just to give myself some credit for that. So, so just another reminder for the beetle that I just want to remind you of, and I hope this helps just to see. I mean, it's not like this clear cut linear thing. Like I open up myself up to the universe, and then the universe says, you're still dealing with some family things, and this is what's going to happen, and then you're going to feel free. It's not really like that, but it's actually, it's actually a lot more interesting and beautiful the way that it does happen. It's like this like weaving between like what I write in the story and then what life shows me, and then kind of sometimes I suffer, and then a different view is seen. So just to start, I mean, I guess I'm hoping that I'm inspiring you, inviting you to really just keep paying attention to every subtle way that life is talking to you, and to engage in that conversation fully, because it's magical. It's magical. And the like the questions and the anxiety, it's all part of it. It's just like juice. Um, and this is another message from the beetle that I'll leave you with. You are always in the right place at the right time and know exactly how to get there. Exactly how to get there, meaning not knowing and letting yourself be guided. Um, your life seems to be one of constant change. However, you always maintain your own sense of integrity throughout all of this. Um, yeah. Okay. Bye.